I've put off talking about this, but I suppose I need to stop running away. The next project I will be discussing is Amethyst, the project that me and Mihiku came from. The goal of Amethyst was to be the pioneer for the chips. Having Force users incorporate the chips in assassination missions, we were to be the front guard unit for the Jewel Brigade. The leader of the project, Drevion, developed 3 different phases for him to use in the creation of this project. The first phase was to gather a Force user, kill him, and enhance him using Sith alchemy and cybernetics. With his mind and will permanently bounded to the project, he would serve without fail without the need of the chip. It is similar to the Power Guard project that was used by Darth Angro. But that's a story for another time. The successful subject of that phase is me. My original body was killed by an assassin of Drevion, and my soul put back in. I was his pawn, following his instructions. But now I'm free, chasing after vengeance, as Mihiku once did. And she begins the next phase. The next phase of Amethyst was more so in genetic creation. Drevion's plan was to create a child that had all the cells of a Jedi, a Sith, and an Unsagan within them. The Unsagan were known as beings that seemed to have been close to the Force, but existing in the middle of it, sort of how the Voss are now. It made sense being as though the base existed on Voss, but I digress. When the child was born, Drevion had the idea of letting them stay with the family she was born with for a time, but when the child turned 6, he would take them and begin their training. This training was vigorous, brutal, and impossible without breaking the will that one once held. Mihiku went from a shy child, almost knowing nothing, to a brutal assassin that once craved for blood. Drevion had turned her into a killer, and the project only made it worse. The endgame for the second phase was to make it so that Mihiku was a powerful being, one that had no problems ruling if need be. The third phase is a lot like Sapphire, taking beings from all around the world and filling them with genetic enhancements as well as an amplified version of the chip, enabling them to exist as whatever Drevion needed them for. More often than not, they were slaves to him. There were many that existed like this, but the most notable out of all of them is Zuvana, who, like Mihiku, had broken through her programming and achieved her own life. Amethyst had met its end by Mihiku's hand. However, it has been revived and has a new name, Amarenthine. It basically incorporates all 3 of the phases, though primarily it keeps the third phase by taking people around the galaxy and giving them new codes. The difference is that these people are now enhanced with Sith alchemy. Mihiku has destroyed the Amethyst project, well, more times than I can count. But when she killed Drevion, or rather when Drevion killed himself, she thought that it spelled the true end for the project. Unfortunately, at the time we did not know there would be more. Diamond most likely had Drevion revived, so that he can perform his experiments in secret and create this third phase. In all honesty, we should have expected he would be back. That son of a bitch was never easy to kill. And now, he has returned full force with his Amaranthine subjects. I intend to destroy him again, no matter what it takes.